The biblical texts often mention mysterious personalities, and the mysterious Queen of Sheba is one of them. She became one of the most famous women in history, but we know very little about her. Her story is intertwined with the story of King Solomon. Some sources say that they had a love affair that led to the birth of a son. The third book of Kings says, "And when the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon in the name of the Lord, she came to test him with riddles. And she came to Jerusalem with very great wealth, and camels loaded with spices, and a great abundance of gold, and precious stones, and she came to Solomon, and spoke with him of all that was in her heart." The Bible contains many indications of geographical locations, but it does not say where the queen came from and where she ruled. The only hint is the words of Christ in the Gospel of Luke. The Queen of the South will rise in the judgment with the people of this generation and condemn them, for she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. At that time, the southern lands were called the area located at a considerable distance from the Roman Empire and running along the Red Sea. Some researchers believe that traces of the Sabaean civilization were discovered in Ethiopia. By the way, in Ethiopia they believe that the queen had a name, Makeda, and the son she gave birth to from Solomon was named Menelik. Thus, the Queen of Sheba could rule in the kingdom of Aksum on the territory of Ethiopia, or in the state of Saba, in Yemen. In the Book of Kings there is a description of the caravan of the ruler, and she came to Jerusalem with very great wealth. The camels were loaded with spices and a great abundance of gold and precious stones, and she came to Solomon and talked with him about all that was on her heart. And Solomon explained to her all her words, and there was nothing that the king did not know, which he did not explain to her. Pay attention to the gifts. The queen brought not only jewelry, but also incense. Perhaps her homeland could have been Arabia or nearby territories. In those days, incense was worth its weight in gold, and in the southern lands, there was plenty of both. The Jewish texts say that the journey took the queen about 3 years. But why did she set off on such a long journey? The Bible contains hints that Sheba wanted to ask Solomon questions, to find out if he was as wise as they said, because the ruler was known for his intelligence and great works, such as the Jerusalem temple, the expansion of trade routes and the creation of a fleet that transported gold from Ophir to the Red Sea. And as an example, I will give several questions that the queen asked Solomon. For example, it comes from the earth, it is nourished by the earth, it flows like water, and it spreads light. What is it? Or another question, 7 go out, and 9 come in, 2 pour, and 1 drinks. And there were many such questions. The Queen of Sheba said to Solomon, "If you guess, I will recognize you as a wise man, and if you do not guess, I will know that you are the most ordinary person." Solomon was able to answer all the questions of the cunning queen. One of the riddles was about roses. It was necessary to choose the real one from 2. The ruler found a way out. Bees pointed out the real flower to him. After this, the queen presented Solomon with expensive gifts, and in return the ruler also presented gifts to Sheba, giving her everything she desired and asked for. After this visit, according to the Bible, unprecedented prosperity began in Israel. By the way, some researchers believe that the arrival of the queen with gifts is a prototype of the worship of the Magi to little Jesus. However, in legends one can trace the gradual demonization of the image of the Queen of Sheba. The test of riddles is interpreted as an attempt to question the existing patriarchal order of society. The image of the queen acquires demonic features, for example, her hairy legs, and the silver that the queen brought as a gift is equal to the 30 pieces of silver of Judas Iscariot. Indeed, there are legends according to which the beauty and intelligence of the queen were devilish. Solomon's enemies assured the ruler that the proof of this was the goat's legs of Sheba. I note that hairy legs are indeed a sign of thonicity, the chthonic gods of the ancient world, personifying the natural power of the earth, instilled horror in ancient people, since they were associated with the world of the dead and with primordial chaos, caused earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods and storms. And Solomon decided to arrange a test. He ordered to make a crystal floor in the hall, and to place a pool with water and fish under the floor. Upon entering, the unsuspecting queen lifted the edge of her robe so as not to wet the hem. And then everyone gathered saw her hairy legs. Medieval Kabbalists even believed that the Queen of Sheba could be summoned as an evil spirit. There are a huge number of assumptions and legends about the life and historical image of the Queen of Sheba. It is not without reason that the ruler is called elusive, because in her history there are many more questions than answers.